Hello, this is Lena from Lena's Crafty Corner. I'm back to do week 7 of Roxy, Rachel from Roxy Creations weekly challenge, which this one is to use the envelopes again with the window in and make some pockets. The others was with the flips, these are just with pockets. I'm having to use the sort of A5 size because I don't get very many of the others. When I was looking for the other size, the thinner, longer ones, I am trying to think what they're called. I can't think what they're called. Them ones should know from my office days, but I can't think what they're called. I found a lot of these ones that I'd coffee dyed. So that's as far as I've got. So I'm going to cut them down first before I start thinking about how I'm going to decorate them or what I'm going to do. I'm just frantically looking around me to see where I've put my stamps if I need them. Oh yeah, they're in the back of there. Right, so off we go. Let's start the timer. So there we go. Oh, 45. There we go. For some reason it had 2 seconds on it. So they're all in some variation of being coffee dyed. Sadly, some of them, like that one, not much of the front cover is coffee dyed, and the bit that I'm going to be covering up. So I'm going to keep that one because I never get as far as, I'm very, I think I'm going to get all these done and I never do. So again, I think I'm only going to cut down 3 because it takes me such a long time preparing them and then I don't get that far with them. So I'm just wasting my time. So what Rachel did was, if I can remember, she cut down here and cut along, obviously this bit, and this was a pocket with the bit in. Now, I think what I'm going to do is maybe open it up fully so I can cover that back. Now, that back has actually got like a brick effect in it. And if I was doing a blue one, a blue pocket, I'll probably keep that one in because that one's a little bit different to what they are normally. So I'm just going to go down there for a start. These are going to make quite big pockets because now what am I going to do here? I'm just wondering if I do that. Yeah, you see that's the opening of the pocket there, but if I glue that down there and have that as the bottom with that bit there, I can cut this down a little bit and use that side. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But the first thing how am I going to do this then? What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put down here. What's that going to give me? Is that going to give me, yeah, that's going to give me that like that. Right, we'll do that first then. So literally I just want to cover this bit with something. So I'm going to do that first. And I have some of this paper out of a book, black and white images, and I've just mopped up different paints with it. So I'm literally going to use a little bit of this, and I'm just going to put that, I'm just going to find the piece I want in there and then mark it a little bit, I think, if I can. Yeah. So I've moved my camera set up. I've just done another video, so I've just explained that, but I'm just going to try not to get my hand in the way because it's likely to be in the way until I get used to where everything is, because I've done everything on the opposite side. But I noticed when I was editing one of the videos that it wasn't really close enough for you to see close-up stuff. So I'm just looking again at where I want that, so I can cut a bit more off. This has got like pinks and purples in this background, and it's really pretty. I don't know whether it was some watercolour or some of the I think it is the pigments, because I've just realised you can see some of the micro powders there. I should keep that because that's really pretty. But I like doing this with the black and white images. It just makes them quite interesting. So I am just going to glue this up. I'm not bringing my glue board in because it gets in my way. It's great off screen, but when you're on camera and you're trying to keep your arms out the way and trying to leave room so people can see what's going on, it gets in my way a bit. So literally on the last bit of my glue. So I'm just going to lay that over there like that, and lay that down just so I get that where I want it. Yep. Now I'm just looking because I'm then going to do that way up. Yeah. Now, clever idea, Lena, but you've done it upside down. So we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way, upside down. Then put that on it. And then hopefully that's it. That's made it the right way. Because I want this as the bottom. I'm going to glue that down and have that as the bottom. I don't want to glue my pocket together. That's my Fitbit telling me how many steps I've got left. I'm not going to get them done this hour. It's been really good, this Fitbit. It really has encouraged me to just do that little bit more. I look like a crazy woman running up and down the hallway to get my few steps in for that hour if I haven't made them. I mean, I have got Oscar, so obviously he helps me keep fit, but you know, I want to try and keep that level of not very fit these days, but I want to keep that level up if I can. Yeah, so that's that there. And then what I'm going to do is, now what did she do there? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, so if I cut this up here, that's what I said I was going to do. Cut down from this side to cut it down slightly smaller so that it's not quite as big as it was. That's it. So that's made it a more manageable size. That's fine. That's what I needed to do. And then that's fine there. What I just need to do now is strengthen this top and this top, because this is going to be open, so there's going to be a pocket in there, the sides will be closed. So I think I'm going to strengthen this first before, so I'm just going to literally put some of this, and I'm going to fold it over the top of there, just because it's all coffee dyed. I'm just going to fold this down just to reinforce these two edges, because I have two pieces left and I don't like to waste anything. They're obviously the same length because I've just cut them off. So I'm just going to put those back on there like that so I can glue them down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to glue these little bits down. put them over these edges just to make these edges a little bit stronger. So I couldn't remember what envelopes I had. I knew I didn't have those smaller ones, and I was thinking I didn't have any of these, because I don't know why I didn't take some more out when I'd discovered I had a lot of coffee dyed envelopes. I didn't take them out, and then the other night I was thinking, well, I can't do this challenge because I've run out of envelopes. And of course I haven't. I've only run out of the other size, not this size. So I thought, well, while I'm in here and I'm getting on with things, I'm going to do this video straight away, because I'm a bit earlier in the week. It might not get out any earlier, but a bit earlier in the week. So yeah, so that's just reinforced that. The back obviously won't be seen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these sides down. And then we can look at decorating it. So literally just glue this down here. I am checking the screen a lot today, just to check that I am actually in screen, just until, you know, I'm confident of where my camera wants to be and everything. It's not as easy for me to see the screen, but hopefully you get a better view. And obviously if you can see it better, you're going to watch it more, aren't you? Well, that's the theory anyway. That is the theory. I'm going to have to move this piece of plastic out of the way, because we're already at 34 minutes. And I am going to use a bit of this on there, even though it's the same as what's in there, just because I really like it. So I'm going to use it down this side. Try not to cover that window. Oh, these, I love doing these magicals and the, what the other one's called. Oh, I can't think what they're called. I will do some, I will get some out and try them. I'm trying to think. Micro powders. Micro powders, that's what they're called. The other ones are called. So I will have a go in here and do some. Right, that's that way up, so I quite like that. So what else am I going to put on there? This again is another book image, and this is out of a tapestry book showing you the directions of where your tapestry wants to be. So I'm just wondering, do I want to cut that down? Or do I want to use that in a bit bigger place? I'm not quite sure. Let me just have a look. I've got some really fine old music paper here that's a funny shape, because it is literally just breaking as I'm trying to tear it. It's just disintegrating in my hands, literally. It's just falling apart. So I'm just trying to get it so I can get it on there. I think I'm going to glue it down first and then cut it down, because obviously it'll be a bit stronger once I get the glue on it. So we'll just get that right on that edge, like that. And I'm going to cut it, I think, rather than try to do it with a tear ruler when it's so fine. Yeah, that's that. So I like that. What else am I going to do there then? Let me just find some other bits. Something on the pinky line maybe still. I'm just trying to pull some bits out so I can see what I've got. Just seen this one I really like. Very pretty romantic one. I think we'll have a bit of that along there. So let's just tear a bit of the edge off. I always like to come in a bit so then the next piece, I've still got a nice piece there I can use. Now I'm just wondering if I can do that way up. It wouldn't really cause a problem. Because I've got this coffee dyed, you don't need to cover it all anyway. The only reason I am doing a bit on this one is it's not as coffee dyed in some places, so I think I might just put that across this top there. And get that down on there like that. I'm going to have to bring my board down a little bit. As I say, it's work in progress, trying to get this right where I want to be. So I'm just trying to see what's best. So that's going across there, and then I'm going to leave some of it with the coffee dyed effect, and I'm going to put this other piece with the, don't know what it is, some musical instrument. I'll only embarrass myself and say the wrong one. Yeah, so that's one ready. That's one done. Where's my others? So let's see. Now this one's got a different shaped envelope, a different shape. Let's do this one first. So I'm going to glue this bit down first, just across that top there, just to hold that in place. That's done that. And then what am I going to do here? So that's done that. I'm going to go down here. So I'm going to tear it with the tear ruler. And that's some other bits left of there. So that bit that I've just stuck down is going to become the bottom. This is going to become the top. I'm going to just take, actually I'm not, because I can fold this one in rather than put, so I could do it that way, couldn't I? To make these a little bit lower down, I could just, so I'm going to snip up there a minute. I know I've got to glue them back together, but I can get into that inside bit better then. So and then we'll just turn this down to reinforce the insides of the back and the front of this pocket. And let's just get that the same size. So let's do that to there, like that. That's it. Let's glue these bits down first. I do love this, the coffee dyed envelopes. And then we just need to put something in that window. So I think on this occasion I'm going to go with one of my painted backgrounds. And I think it's maybe just as easy just to maybe cover all of it or most of it. I just pull that up slightly. See me stuck to the underneath. How not to craft, Lena, how not to craft. I do have loads of fun with my painted papers and love playing with acrylics and watercolours and micro powders and alcohol inks. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that down on there. Doesn't matter that I've left that edge on because it's, I mean, I could have used either side because I had, these are papers that I make, then I photocopy them because they're all my design, so I don't have a worry then with copyright. Design is literally splashes of paper, but it does make quite an effective background. So just before I do anything else, I'm going to glue this down. Oh, this is really quick and easy, this one, because I'll get the bases done like this and get them, the background papers covered, and then I can go back in and put the finer touches on. So that's literally just, so that's give you a pocket in the back, a pocket there when these two glue together. This one I'm going to use one of my vintage letters for this bottom. And I'm just going to put that on the bottom of there. Like that. Tear a bit of that off and just put that down there. Woo! Throwing everything off my table. Very clumsy tonight for some reason. So we're watching, I'm going to tell you what we're watching at the minute. What are we watching, Ken? Are you listening? I think he's got his ears in. He's got a talking book on, so he can't hear me. What's it called? With Keeley Hawes in. It's the first series that we've watched before, but I like to watch them again before I start watching a new series that I forget. So we weren't sure whether we were going to watch them all, but the sort of 2 or 3 nights is one series. We watched series 1 and then we're now watching, and I think they do follow on a little bit. So, you know, the background story obviously does. Yeah, I'm just looking. I quite like a bit of this. A bit of that piece. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. I don't know which side to do it, down there, I think. So we're going to be watching that a little bit later. We stay up quite late. I mean, obviously it's on catch-up TV, but we'll watch it later when we settle down, when I've finished videoing and doing whatever. I was going to ask you, what do you do when you're watching TV craft-wise? Not that I'm being nosy about what else you do, but do you do craft while you're watching the TV? I've been doing, while I've been editing the videos, I do my fussy cutting. I can't do them in the living room because I can't get the posture right. It hurts me. I'm not very good at fussy cutting anyway. So I don't always craft when I'm in the room. I do my, I tend to sort of download things and get things ready for other videos and what have you. If I'm crafting, no, I don't do that much. I do a little bit sometimes, but I always end up with a bad back. So I just wondered what people do. I know Rachel from Roxy Creations does do hand sewing. I have, as I say, I've done bits of everything, but I can't say I do anything particularly all the time. I just have a go at trying something and then think, oh no, that hasn't worked for me, and then I give up again. Having said that, when I've been sort of busy all day, sometimes I do just like to because I quite often fall, that's what I usually do, watching telly, fall asleep. Yeah, that's probably what I do. Yes, so I like that one, just with a bit of different text on that one and a bit of doily on the top there. And then I'm going to look at this one. I've been leaving this one till last because this one hasn't, it's all broken here, it hasn't got anything to sort of glue down. I can't cut it off altogether because it's missing, and it's the bit that I need. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put something across there first. So I think, do you know, funnily enough, what I've just seen on my desk, there's loads of other ways of doing it, but this will give a bit of texture. I'm going to use a bit of, like, you know, the micropore tape. I'm just going to stick it together just to hold it in place. It's not even, oh, Oscar. Oscar's got a throat infection and his airways are quite inflamed at the moment, so we've had him at the vets, and you're on antibiotics, aren't you? And what have you done to Mummy today? You clamped your teeth down, didn't you, to stop me getting the tablet in your mouth. And yes, again, he's managed to bite me. Not on purpose. He was trying to crunch the tablet and he crunched my fingernail instead. But I've had my tetanus this time. I don't need to rush off to casualty. I think my husband refuses to go again. So he's 13 years old. He's never managed to do it before. Last time it was with a toy. And this time, bless his heart, I wasn't blessing him earlier because it really hurt. Yes, I'm going to put that on there, and I'm just going to fold this over so that it just I just wanted that 1911 on there. If I can get that on there. And then I'm just going to fold that bit over. So if you can see what I'm doing here. Oh gosh, yeah, keep moving it down until I get it right. Sorry, I am still trying to get my positioning right. I do understand how frustrating it is. But move that out the way. I keep moving things, so I've taken all my washi tape off, but I need to put a square back on here so I know where to be. Oh dear, that's what he keeps doing. I do apologise for that awful noise, bless him. You're ready for some more honey, aren't you, in your food? Oh, darling. Got a nasty cough, haven't you? Hey, got a nasty cough. Let's just see if I can just get this. Oh, sweetheart. I've got all bits on my... Just wanted to make that a bit stronger where it had broken off. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so he's been struggling this week with it. Because it's been so cold here, colder than we normally have it at night. We've had a few really cold nights. Not cold by other people's standards maybe, but by ours it was sort of -4, -5 at night. And so we're old bods now. We have to have the heating on a little bit at night. So we only had it on very, very low. But it didn't agree with Oscar. And we thought that's what it was. We thought it was just that. The vet said no, that won't have brought it on, but that's maybe just brought it to a head. It's probably just irritated it a bit much. So I'd been giving him a little bit of honey. I believe in honey and lemon and water. It's what I've always give the kids to soothe the throats. And I thought, well, if it's good for my kids, it's good for my dog. Not so good on his teeth, but bless him, at 13, I'm not going to worry too much about that. And he can't be having such an uncomfortable... I'm going to put a bit of washi tape just on that edge there. Before I then decide what I'm going to do. That stuck quite well. I was going to take it back off to stick it down, but it feels quite sticky. If it starts to peel up, I'll just go over it with some medium over the top just to make sure it stays down. But that did seem to stay there. Right, let me see what else I've got here. I've got some of this real pretty leaf that I'm going to put in the inside of here, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to glue it down on that background and just glue it to that edge. So if I bring it up a bit so I can just cut this off, and then I'm going to have to get on decorating because I've only got 13 minutes left. So let's have a look. So let's get this down in here. Let's move these just a bit out of the way. So my video goes off after 40 minutes. So I will whip it back on. Yeah, I really like that. So I'm just going to go down this edge, right down here, right down there, like that. Oh, I know, sweetheart. I think he does feel a bit under the weather, but he won't give in and just go lay down. He keeps coming to lay near me, and he doesn't. Oh, he's laid down though, bless him. He's laid resting now. He's been out and had his bit of exercise. He's had his tea. He'll have his antibiotics. He's got to eat with it, so he's had some meal earlier when He had to have a little bit this morning to have his, which he doesn't normally have a meal in the morning, but to give him his antibiotic. And then he's had his tea, but he'll have to have a little while to save him a bit to have tonight with his medication. And the only reason I didn't give him it with his tea was because I thought, well, if he happens to be sick, because it says it can make him sick, he'll, you know, I didn't want him to be too sort of uncomfortable. Right, I am now going to look at, so I've done both those sides there. I have just put a little bit of something down there. I'm not going to cover this one on completely, but I am going to put a little bit more doily on because I do like the effect of the doily. This is the beauty of having the coffee dyed backgrounds, because you can leave them. You don't need to put quite so much in your background papers. You know, you don't have to cover them all completely. And I just thought, you know, it's nice to just do something a little bit different. So I have got some of these bits left from the other one, and I just wanted to bring a bit of the pink in. So I am going to bring a bit of that in and put down there. Just put that against there like that. And I'm going to do the same just on this side. And I've used every bit of that piece that I used on the other one. I've used the last bits, so I haven't wasted any of them. And then I'm just going to use a bit of this doily there. Do I want the, yeah, I think I want the lacy bit rather than that bit. My hands are a bit sticky, so still trying to work with this camera. There we go. Right, we're on the last 9 minutes, so I've got 3 literally to try and do a little bit of something with. So we've got, let's have a look at this one and see what we've got in here. We've got a box of bits here, got some wording. I've just pulled a bit of everything out. What have I got with some wording? Home is home, be it ever so humble. Quite like that. Home is where our story begins. Oh, I'm going to keep that because I've got a wedding one. That would be nice on the wedding one. But I haven't done the wedding one on this occasion. Oh, I've got that lovely owl. Where would he go? No, he's a bit big. Let's have a look what I've got here. Don't need those there. Look at those lovely mushrooms. Stop messing about, Lena. Let's have a look. I've got to find something. Oh, there's a nice mushroom. There's nothing that says that I have to have the whole pocket on show, is there? I'm still going to have a lot of the pocket on show, so I am going to put this, just get a bit of ink on this, and I'm going to put that down there. Hello, are you talking to me now? Yeah, are you talking? Although I won't be able to see you now because I've changed the camera setup. So they won't be able to see you right next to my leg as well, aren't you? They won't be able to see you. Well, what a shame that is, Oscar. What a shame. I hope that's going to stick on that acetate, that's the point. I've never tried that before, so I don't know. And then I've got some of these shaped pieces with the butterfly on. I'm going to put one of these on this top. And put that up there. I am back, but this is the next day. Unfortunately, I whipped the camera over for the last 5 minutes of the timer, and because of my change of camera that I'd only just done earlier in the day, and I can't see the screen as clearly, I didn't realise, but I was actually videoing outside my bedroom window, or outside my craft room window, so it didn't take any of it. So I'd obviously carried on thinking I was recording. So this was the one where the camera went off, and it has stuck. I wasn't sure it'd stick on the acetate, so that's the first one that I completed. And then this was the second one, so I put some little bits of pink. So I'll do this one first and then I can explain what. So this pink here was, you'll see that if you see the rest of the video anyway. This was from this, and it had a bit of pink and a bit of purple in it, and I just thought it was so pretty. I've put that as the inside of the pocket, as you will have seen in the process. And then when I came to decorate the outside, I've put a rose down here. I've used some paper here, a digital, and I've cut a piece off and put on there. I'm not sure whose this is. It might be a Shabby Dabby Doodah, I'm not sure. So I've just broken a bit of it up, put a piece down here and a piece on here, and just put a word with a bit of lace on the back. So that's that one. And then when I came to do this one, I'd used a bit of one of my vintage letters that I've photocopied. I've broke the bits that I tore off this, I've actually just put on here. I've used one of the butterflies and some fibres that I always like to do the antennae in there, and a little bit of washi tape on there. Bit of fabric behind the word dream. So they're the three that I did. So I just thought I'd come back and show you the finished. I'm not going to redo all the video again. But yeah, so they're the three that I've completed. So I hope you enjoyed this process. I really would appreciate a comment and thumbs up, and I'll be back to you soon. In the meantime, keep safe. Bye for now.